Thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, the followers of Dr. Redhwan in Better Life channel. Just to remind you and to encourage you to subscribe in the channel and to share the videos to friends so others can get the benefit. We have done so many videos now about supply chain, so hopefully everybody can get the benefit of this. Just to remind you what we have spoke about the previous video, we talk about the 3 levels of supply chain management, which are the strategic level, the tactical level, and operational level, as well as the Bullwhip effect. In this video today, inshallah, we will talk about a very important video, which is the 5 stages of supply chain management. So the supply chain has 3 levels of management. It also has 5 stages in which goods, services, or product cycles through pipeline. Supply chain managers need to understanding of these stages to effectively plan and to assist with determining critical paths in the operation of chain's farm. So what are the 5 stages that project manager of supply chain needed? Planning, he have to know how to plan. Sources, he have to know where these materials are coming from. Make, he has to know which manufacturer gonna do these kind of materials or products. Delivery, how these materials will be delivered, and return in case of something damage to these kind of materials. So let's start with the first one, which is the planning. The plan is the strategic used in supply chain management. So planning helps managers to determine where to allocate funds and efforts for the farm's facilities, materials, and services. In particular, future construction of production required competence, planning to acquire raw materials or components that may be in demand for limited supply. So the actual planning process should begin from information obtained from the forecasts, such as sales, productions, and economic. So the supply chain manager shall use these forecasts to estimate materials needs and then break the estimate down into monthly or quarterly or industry specific items period. So the estimates should be related directly to the trends and materials and adjusted accordingly. So another way to plan is to base materials to the analysis of a buyer or a specific project. The second stage of supply chain management that projects shall know or shall be aware of is the source. The source relates to how the farms choose as supplier. So sourcing is another term for purchasing. Successful sourcing in a supply chain should be driven by a strategic policy instead of tactical approach. Why in a strategic policy? Because a strategic approach always the supply chain manager to develop a roadmap with the supplier in providing the necessary materials and products. Strategic sourcing has 5 stages, and these are very important. The first one is discovery, which means finding potential suppliers. The second is evaluation, which means determining who to do the business with. And third is selection, choosing the right suppliers through competitive bidding or negotiation, or both bidding and negotiation. Third or fourth is development, which is two-way effort to refine relationships and collective optimal supply chain services. And fifth and the last one is management, which ongoing analysis and supervision of the supplier's ability to meet negotiated responsibility. The fourth stage is make. Make is the manufacturing step. In this stage, the decision of whether to make or buy is always a critical step in any organization. This strategic decision can influence the entire operations of businesses. So in a technical level, whether to make depends usually in two factors: the total cost of ownership and the ability to produce the item. This stage involves the most metrics. In the past, large corporations or companies traditionally would opt for making products in-house, which they branded. Now, outsourcing has become the trend for many large corporations or companies. The key question is how much value will make the product add as a percentage of the final product of services cost. The fourth one of the stage that supply chain manager shall know is the delivery. Delivery is the stage in which the supplier provides the agreed upon goods or services. Some people also call this step, the logistic step, because it's where decisions are made about how to coordinate receipt of items by the customers, or how to warehouse products, or how to select transport for shipment and invoice customers for payment. At this point, customer satisfaction greatly depends on the efficiencies and the reliability of the delivery system. This stage is where the supplier's performance is heavily evaluated. Like, do they deliver or not? The delivery system can vary from farm to farm, from company to company, from corporation to corporation. But in supply chain, an integrated system works the best. In some cases, multiple departments within one farm may, even be involved. The last stage of supply chain that manager shall know of is the return, and this is the difficult one. Return is a complex part. Supply chain management, because it deals with how to return defective items or goods. The problem is that companies have varied policies, and integrating within a chain network can be quite challenges. Suppliers have to create a what they call it responsive and flexible system for receiving defective or excess products back from their customers in the supply chain. Moreover, supply chain managers must be proactive and diligent within supporting customers how or who have problems with these kind of products or materials that has been affected. These are the 5 stages that any manager of supply chain should be, fully understanding them in order to have a successful managing the supply chain. I hope you enjoyed the video and you benefit from it. Again, just to remind you, don't forget to subscribe and please share it to all friends, and everybody can get the benefit. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this offered for him alone and for the benefit of the whole nation. Allahumma ameen. And I'll see you inshallah in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah.